a lot of, well, market's so good, why don't I wait another year and just make that much more money? Why would it make sense for some people to sell now versus waiting a year, and vice versa?
Well, if I'm, moving somewhere else and they're not ready for me yet, I can either sell it now, move in with family, or get an apartment and then move into my forever home. Or do I wait a year when it's closer to timing? And is there a benefit for me waiting? And that answer is never the same for each person at the end of the day. What we don't know is what next year's market is going to look like. The odds are we're going to keep going down this path that we're in right now. It's going to be more or less the same market. Although in February of 2020, we didn't know what was coming in March of 2020. That changed the market for that immediate 3 to 4 months where the market actually slowed down and we actually went backwards a little bit before all of a sudden the inventories just started showing up and we blew up in the fall, right? So I know what this market in the next 6 months is going to be. Beyond that, no one knows the answer for that. So if you're looking for a sure thing and you know the market you're in, sell now so you have the option to use that money however you want for your next phase. If you are playing the game of I need every last dollar out of this and you're willing to be a little risk taker, wait a year and see what happens. And fingers crossed we are where we expect to be next year at the end of the day.
So I think what I hear in that is it's really a conversation to have versus we rarely have one answer for folks. That's really about digging into their risk tolerance, their timing, and what their plan B's and C's are. Because I know some folks who dumped their rental properties a year ago and they're realizing they could have made another $50,000 if they'd held on to them to this year. So I also understand that feeling. And part of it is there is no crystal ball. We can tell them what's happening in the market today. We can talk about what all the national forecasters, economic forecasting is predicting for the next year or two. And none of those are guarantees. So it just depends on how much confidence someone can have in that. And there's always the risk because that's what we're seeing in today's trends, and as we know, something can happen on the outside that can impact those trends. So
You brought up a good point. You mentioned plan Bs, and I think that's also part of the conversation of what is your plan B, and are you comfortable using that if your plan A doesn't work?
Right.
And if you're not, you sell now.
Right.
And if you do have a plan B that you like and you're willing with it, then let's wait and see what happens. But basically, once again, having answers to questions that we ask so you have clarity on where you want to be going and what your plan is going to be at the end of the day.
Thanks so much for taking the time to watch the video. We really appreciate it, and hopefully we were able to give you some great information. This market is still great for buyers. It's great for sellers. There's some pros and cons on both sides. We'd love to talk more to you about it if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out to your favorite agent on the team, and we'll get you any information that we can. Looking forward to talking to you.